Hello everyone, Zelrant here, and today we're doing another account review, and this is for the member MoonShade within the Discord. In-game, they are referred to as Nyx. And so one thing I'm looking to improve upon is actually looking at the characters as well as their gear, and what might they want to change their sets. On the last one, I didn't have like all the specific stats known off the top of my head. It's pretty hard to remember that for every specific unit, especially not the DPS ones that are wanting things like defense and health in it. So I'm actually going to be using the spreadsheet that has those listed here to kind of help me with that when I look at it, and kind of give some ideas for potential polling in the future. Now, knowing one thing, we are still fairly early in the game, and so we haven't had a significant amount of units come out. So a lot of advice is going to be very similar in the fact that we're still kind of building our synergetic teams. The most that we see with most people is that they have the ice units, and so the ice team is effectively complete compared to what we have available in CN. So a lot of the advice is going to be you can kind of go whatever direction you want to at this point, because we haven't really had all the other big units come out yet. From that, let's go ahead and get started. First thing is, they told me they've only spent about $30 on the game, and it was right off the bat. Yeah, so we'll just take a look at where they're what they've got in the shop here. As soon as I opened it up, it told me like all the stuff was available from the beginner packages. So definitely one of the closest you can have to a free-to-play here, as pretty much everything here is still available. And so this is going to be my first time with them as close as you can to have a free-to-play. It's not complete free-to-play. So we'll kind of see how their luck has fared from here. And so first thing, let's look at the units they currently have. So they have a Tololo, have a Macchiato, and QJ, Suomi, Sabrina, which everybody should have Sabrina, Papasha, and that looks to be it on the characters. Let's kind of look at what they have on the poll side of things. So definitely, okay, without much spending, they are saving their polls close to 400, so in a very good position. And the fact that they have that many polls, and then I'm going to guess they've got all their, yeah, they've been using all their standards, kind of working on getting their standards built up. And so with Tololo, we have V4, so that is really good. Your Tololo is complete and ready to go for when Springfield comes out. V5 and V6, while still they're good, they're not completely necessary. V4 is really the good stopping point, so you really don't need any more dupes of her. And then you have her weapon, that's good there. And then let's see, Macchiato. One thing I didn't realize before also is you can actually see where they are on their affinity here as well, so I don't have to actually go all the way in the dorm to see that. But it looks like you've got Tololo up to 6, so you've already put the ring on her. Got Macchiato, got the V1, so got her. Basically the best of the dupes for her out. Maxed her out on that as well as got her weapon, so not too bad there. And let's see, do you have any other elite weapons on that? Nothing on Sharkery. QJ still using the purple weapon there. No dupes of QJ, have her affinity maxed out, that's good there. Suomi, and have her weapon, have her. So yeah, the one thing, that's one of the big things they mentioned spending on was for actually maxing out their affinity, which those are $5 a pop each. But they're nothing too crazy in terms of giving you actual power, other than that you can level up your dispatch level a little bit more when you take them up to level 8. Got Sabrina here with her, I believe this is her shotgun. Yep, this is her shotgun. And I think that's the main. Any other elite weapons? Nope, just kind of all your standard units here. Veplay at V0, so that's the free one that we got. Yep, and the Papasha. Yeah, so this is definitely looking like your actual free-to-play. And the fact that you have close to 400 polls, you have the V1 Macchiato, have a her weapon, have a Suomi, have her weapon, have Tololo, have her weapon. Not too bad on the polls that you've done so far. I would have to do the math on how many I think you would actually have up to this point if you didn't spend any as a complete free-to-play. But the fact that you're close to 400 polls with what you currently have, you're sitting in pretty good shape going into the future. So kind of look at the attachments here. We have Tololo. being a DPS. Now you do have Tololo V4, so I see one thing right off the bat that you'll want to start working on for her, and that is now she does the Hydro damage on all of her attacks, so you can move on from Phase Strike and start working on your Hydro. And you don't have perfect pieces on Phase Strike on her anyway, so that's actually going to be, it's going to be fairly easy to replace the pieces you currently have with Hydro there. Don't have a perfect piece here yet, though, either. But yeah, I would start farming Hydro for her. She's your best unit right now. And so we have good there. But overall, not too bad on the Tololo. Macchiato's going to be the same, except you want to make sure you have the ice. Having her weapon. And so yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people after Macchiato, that's what they farmed. Ice was a pretty easy one to farm there. Yep, no perfect pieces on it, but not too bad. Definitely could get a better piece here. At least get 3 of the stats on that one. The one thing that sucks is farming the sniper always sucked because the other one was the blade, and blade's fairly useless at this point, especially when it's ice as the main one. But the one nice thing, and they're not pulling for Dush, it looks like. But with Dush, basically Macchiato and Dush share the same requirements for their weapons. So when you're farming for Macchiato, you're farming for Dush as well. Dush just basically takes the second best. But since you're not going to be pulling for them, you don't get that advantage of kind of a dual farming capability for 2 units. But not looking too bad, but I would definitely want to improve on hers a little bit. I'd say you'd probably want to improve on hers, at least get the barrel or whatever that attachment is, this one right here, a little bit better first. And yeah, maybe try and get the pieces. So let's actually look at what your QJs looks like first. QJ attachments. Now I don't have an elite weapon for that yet. Doesn't look, I mean, I don't think you're getting the battle pass, so you're kind of just having to wait until you get one through the standard banner, or when you pull on a unit in the future. Let's see. QJ's got a good one there. And you only have a V1, so, I mean, Phase Strike is good for her at this point. Oh, definitely need a better piece here. None of those stats are good on it, though. But then again, that's the one negative thing. You're farming Phase Strike, trying to get... just because it'll work on every unit, even though it's not the best. But then they're all sharing it as well. So QJ's the one without her weapon, so it looks like you've relegated the worst pieces to her. But not too bad there. But you definitely want to improve on that. And eventually in the future, once you're basically done farming Phase Striking, you have decent pieces. So maybe get a few more better pieces for QJ. Then you're going to want to start farming Hydra specifically for Tololo, since now you have her at V4. And then you'll eventually want to start farming the burn attachments for QJ when she gets her mod key in the future. But looking not too bad there. Let's see how the Sharky looks. I'm going to guess she is probably not looking as good in attachments either now, since she's going to be the second or the third one down on priorities for the Phase Strike. Yeah. Definitely. Actually, so I would actually say you probably want to farm a little bit more on the AR stuff to kind of improve those. Maybe go for Tololos, because even though you're farming Hydro, you can always still get a decent barrel. Or is it the barrel? Yeah, this piece right here. Get a better one of these for QJ and Sharkery. Even though you're farming Hydro, this one doesn't have a set on it. And then you got Suomi V1. That's a big one. And let me actually pull up Suomi's. What is the stats you want on here? I always forget hers. Because she wants, I think, attack first. Yeah, the priority is attack, HP, and then defense. It's recommended to stack attack until at least equal to your party member's HP to maximize her shield she grants on her ultimate. Yeah, because it stacks off of attack on the ult, I believe it says. So you're wanting to prioritize attack because the shield's the most important part of her entire kit. You're not too worried about her heal. Even though your V1, it's already a good enough heal alongside the shield. So let's kind of see what we got here. So attack. Yeah, defense, crit. She doesn't really care about crit, so you can definitely get a better piece here since you don't have the percentage-based ones. Defense is the last priority on this one. Getting the 2 attack stats and HP are going to be your more important one here. And then Ultimate Pursuit, I believe. Yeah, you want to get Emergency Repair. So if you're going to start farming for her again, I would switch to Emergency Repair. To give that additional stability gauge if their HP is full, which they usually are with the Suomi. And then, yeah, this piece actually is pretty stinking good here. I mean, you prefer HP percent, but not bad there. Not too bad there. Crit's not really needed, though. Not really bad there. But if you start farming Emergency Repair, I mean, you're going to get whole new pieces doing that. But I would still prioritize your DPS over her right now. I mean, these are good enough for Suomi. She doesn't need anything spectacular. She's already great just on her own with her shields and heals. So not too bad with her. And then Sabrina. Now she has tricky stats to farm here as well. Now the big thing with Sabrina, and we'll look at the pieces here, is one nice thing is the AR is shared with shotgun when you're farming it. So when you start farming for your Hydro for Tololo, you can use those pieces on Sabrina. Now, her best set is, I believe, the one you have on here, an Anomalous Strike. Or no, this one's Phase Strike. Oh, it's just a translation. Okay, I'm reading it from the spreadsheet here. So Phase Strike is what is the recommended one. But the Hydro is quite decent. And it says it's with expansion key on the guide, but since you're going to be farming for Tololo anyway to get her Hydro set, it's going to come along shotgun, so I wouldn't farm any more than what you currently have here, and right now it's attack, defense, HP is the priority, so not too bad there. Yeah. And health. Yeah, so that one's maybe not as good, but I wouldn't specifically farm this set for the shotgun pieces right now. I would just actually move into Hydro because she's eventually going to want it. Your Tololo wants it. And so you don't have to really waste any more time with Phase Strike at this point, which is my kind of opinion on that. But not looking bad at all there. And then let's see, Vet Play. Oh wait, you haven't even leveled her shotgun here, so I'm guessing you just swap out. You just swap with your Sabrina when you do like stuff. They're probably not shared in the same team. And then Papasha, yeah, haven't leveled her weapon yet. I would definitely get your Papasha leveled up, get her weapon leveled up, and she's fairly easy to get decent gear on. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, she's just your standard damage dealer. She wants physical boost with attack percent, attack, crit percent, and crit damage. Now you get the advantage of having all 6 units out there with your robot. So one of your fights, you can get that within the Platoon boss battle. And then by just focusing on getting her a little bit better gear and getting her leveled up, she can actually deal some decent damage as well. It looks like you kind of just thrown whatever you had available onto her. But I would definitely work on your Papasha, getting her up and getting her some pieces. I'm going to guess you have some Phase Strike that you can use on her. But yeah, overall, I would definitely work on her for boss battles. I think that would be your #1 priority, is to level her and her weapon up. Especially since you're not getting the battle pass, that also gives you basically another SMG that you're going to be able to slowly make better when you get more of these calibrations unlocked. I think everyone else you really haven't invested too heavily into. Exina here. Got 3 dupes, got a pistol on her. I have not leveled her up at all on mine, but I really haven't needed her. Yeah, she's attack percent, HP, and defense percent. And she wants emergency repair. But, I mean, I wouldn't focus on her at all. Realistically, you just get whatever the best you get from all the random stuff you get from the boxes on a weekly basis. And it looks like you just focused on Phase Strike. But, yeah, I mean, you don't really want to focus on handguns anyway. At least not until Faye comes out in the future when you want to eventually get her set. So, these pieces are looking fine for her. And yeah, overall the units look pretty good. I didn't look at the neural helixes, but how far have you been able to go into them? I don't think I've looked at them in the other ones that I've done yet either. So you maxed out Tololos, that's a good one. I'm gonna guess Macchiato as well. Yeah, that's an important one as well. Okay, getting all the elite ones, so that's good. Yeah, not too bad. I've probably not gotten far in her, yeah. Since you haven't really leveled her. But yeah, those are one thing. I mean, that's one thing that's a little bit of a more difficult if you're free to play, if you're not buying the packages to have those cores. You have to kind of be quite picky on where you put them in. Have you maxed out Chartres? Okay, so you got hers too. Hers is really good. So yeah, you got a lot of the common keys that are in good shape here. So overall, not too bad. Let's go ahead and take a look at how your polls went. I'm gonna say you seem to have average luck, just at a glance for how long we've been playing and how many polls it looks like you've done. But let's just kind of get a let's see how it's worked out here. So last one you pulled for was Macchiato. So that was the V1 there. And then yeah, each one's 6. So that's what, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48. Oh, right before Soft Pity. So you got that one. Got a Suomi. Not too bad. And wait, so is that so did you not lose? You didn't lose a single 50-50. Unless you lost one on your first Suomi. Well, that one a little deeper Suomi there. You did not lose a single 50-50. So that is why you have a lot of pulls. So this is one of the things with my reaction that I said that your top 10% of your free-to-plays are going to be a lot better shape than your bottom 10% because won all the 50-50s on the limited pulls, and that has given them the capability to save up so many and actually have a fairly decent position on their account. Kind of look at how the standard banner rolls have gone here. And so we got it the last patch at the beginning of February where we could do the selector. And so Tololo. Okay, yeah, right on the selectors when you dumped a lot. I'm guessing it was all Tololos here. Yep, Tololo. Are you gonna tell me you didn't lose a single 50-50? Tololo. Tololo. And then yeah, not a single lost 50-50. Now that is some good luck. Let's kind of see what you've got in regards to the campaign here. Should be maxed out on this at this point. Oh, okay, so I think we just reset. So yeah, I mean, you knocked these out for the day. You still have one left. I mean, you don't have to. I'm still doing all 3 daily because there is a title once you've done 1,000 of them. So even though ultimately to get all the rewards you only need to do 2, I would do all 3 just to work your way up to that title if you actually care about it. Because once I get that title, I'm going to probably put it on. But are you actually working on the PvP or are you just doing quick losses? Oh, not too bad there. I mean, it looks like you've probably just knocked out the rewards real quick. Yep. But you're slowly working your way up. I'm guessing from, yeah, all the other people that are joining and then leaving immediately. So you are slowly working your way up. I mean, once this is about to end, you could probably just do like 3 or 4 matches and get in the top 50% and hold it easily. Because I'm at like 80 and I never lose any because I still get people that attack and just immediately quit still. So you can actually get both of these rewards pretty easily without even trying now. So overall good there. Basically in the same place I am here. I'm planning on doing a stream this weekend to actually finish mine off. But now that you're level 6, you should be able to complete the rest of this stuff pretty easily with your account. And that looks, I think, pretty much it. I mean, I've already looked at these kind of at the actual characters. But like, we can just kind of see it on the whole list here. Yeah, so 6, 6, 6, and 6, 5. So actually doing pretty good on the gifts. One thing is, I would actually take these up to 2. So now you've got your like main ones up where you want them. What I would do is, and Feplay is another one that you can actually, if you care about getting them all max, you can actually get her up as well. But I would start taking them to level 2, and the reason being they are the cheapest way to get points. And so when you go to the dispatch room on the levels here, I mean, you've already got the most important levels, but it takes like no XP at all to get them to level 2. And so you only need 60 more points. And so you just take 6 of them. I think you had 6 there that weren't level 2. And so that's just a quick and easy way to just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 6. So you'll easily get one more level on your dispatch just by taking them all to 2, which is like nothing in terms of gifts. So that's an easy one there. And then Platoon. So you are actually in my second platoon here. So I'm getting to get a spy on it a little bit here, since I actually don't have an alt in it currently. Not doing too bad there as well. Total merit, where are you in terms of this here? And the merit here is also dependent on how, like, I'm not even the top on mine, how well you're doing in the boss battle. So you're pretty high up here for everybody in there. Especially as a free-to-play, that's pretty good. I need to do some more recruiting to fill this one up. Been slowly backfilling into the main guild, which is kind of slowly shrinking the second one. Make sure to do your platoon task here as well. But yeah, overall, account looks pretty good. I mean, that's my first look at actual true free-to-play. because I didn't see any of the shop packages. I think you did like one purchase, you said, initially like a $30 purchase and bought some of the rings. So this is pretty close to a free-to-play. I believe you're just doing the subscription, right? Yeah, so monthly. So that's where you're saving up the pulls. But yeah, overall, really good shape. But then again, really, really good luck, because I didn't see a single lost 50-50. And so you can see how many pulls you can save up if you just pull for the characters that you really want to build for your teams. So just got like the big ones for right now, which was the Macchiato V1, Suomi V1. And you're pretty much, like I've said on everybody else's, you can go any direction you want here. I haven't actually talked to you. I think you may have mentioned it in Discord, but so many have. I mean, you're in a position, I think, if you wanted to go for a V3 Kluke in the future, she's going to be an easy one to pick up a V1 on her first run if she actually comes in 2 banners. And then after that, depending on if you can continue the same luck you had, go over her V3 on her rerun. But I would also pick up a Cinerisi when she comes out. If you don't want to get her initially when she comes out, maybe wait for her expansion key, because that's when the burn team's probably going to start to come together. And so you can maybe skip Cinerisi for now if you want to continue saving pulls and then pull her later when she actually gets her expansion key on probably her 3rd rerun. But yeah, I mean, you're really in good shape. I mean, with the amount of pulls you have, you can kind of go any direction you want. It just really depends on which teams you want to build. Now, I already know with your Tololo V4, absolutely should pull Springfield. And if you actually want to, even at your low spending, invest in a character, I would actually say Springfield is a more important one to invest in than Kluke. So if you're wanting to, say, go over a V3 on any unit in the game, or even a V6, and you're really going to want to save, Springfield's the better deal to go with in that aspect. Way more valuable to your whole team. But yeah, I mean, the count's looking pretty good. I mean, just kind of having to work on the attachments a little bit, but I mean, they're not looking too bad. I mean, you're still having to work on that. I mean, that's the end game. You're just going to continuously have to work on them. So realistically, it's just kind of starting to work on your Hydro attachments for Tololo and Sabrina, since that's probably the easiest thing to farm right now. and then getting a little bit better pieces for your Sharkry and QJ. But other than that, looking pretty good. But yeah, we'll just kind of call it here. If you like my content, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, it really helps. And thanks for watching.